on Sunday Night Primetime.
Well, you folks at home can see the evidence. Snow and supposedly a few inches yet to fall here at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia. Coming up, it's a battle to represent the NFC in this year's Super Bowl. And we've got a classic in store between the Minnesota Vikings and the Philadelphia Eagles. Hello, everyone. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The postseason continuing here on EA Sports. And, man, it is electric in here, and it should be conference championship time.
I don't know about you, but my butterflies in my stomach, they have iron wings in this one. And every guy I've ever talked to has all said the same thing. This game, the conference championship game, may have more intensity than even the Super Bowl because you know what the stakes are. You're trying so hard to get to the big game that this is the one that's the real challenge.
One of these teams will represent the NFC in the Super Bowl in 2 weeks' time. Which will it be as we're underway in the NFC title game? And he takes this near the 25, just a little pass there, call it the 26. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. And leading them out there, we get a look at their 6'3" quarterback.
And just in case you didn't know in the days leading up to the NFC title game, you definitely know now. No rookie quarterback has ever won the Super Bowl. But this is getting towards uncharted territory. This is a monster deal. If this offense believes in it, which I believe that it does, they could be the ones to break that streak. And having spent time around this team, I'm starting to believe they're going to get it done.
Holding offense.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. They'll look to throw here. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's taken down. It's a gain of 3 from the 17 to the 20. They run for the first time with Ty Chandler. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Give him a loss of 6 yards, and it brings up 3rd down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. He'll look to throw. Eluding the... And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. Well, I'm not totally privy to what went on with their offensive meetings, but Charles, something tells me that one wasn't in the plan.
Yeah, when we had our production meeting, they didn't exactly share that with us. But I'm pretty sure that on the play sheet, the run backwards into your own end zone play was not written down.
After the safety, remember, they also need to give up the football, and here's the free kick.
Free kick out of bounds.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. The Eagles in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And this one's incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll run. It's Kenneth Walker. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On 3rd down, it's Willis. And a big loss here as he's taken down. That's Daron Payne with a sack that time.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
On 4th down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. 31 yards on the punt there. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
And that's going to be incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Back to throw. And that will be incomplete. 4th down, here's Presley Harvin on the punt. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Taking it about the 16. Found good room to run there. Returns it 14 yards. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. Willis now off of play action. He completes this to Walker. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. On 2nd down, it's Walker. And he'll push ahead for about 3 to the 36. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. Willis. He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. And they convert on 3rd with a gain of 22.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. As long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. Now 2nd quarter action from Philadelphia, and it's the Eagles in possession as they've got it with a 2nd and 4 coming up. 2nd down, here's Willis. Got him in, it's Brown. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. Now Willis on 3rd down. Looking for A.J. Brown again, and he's got it again. And he is going to have an Eagles 1st down, and he'll have it by plenty as they're able to keep the drive alive on 3rd and inches.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the 1st down. And that's what he just did.
Willis is throwing to the hands of Pitts here. And they're going to move it down inside the 25. From the 24, Willis. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up third down. He's got his pass-catching tight end. That's Pitts. And they snap him short of the first, as he can only get to the 20. And this third down looking very tough after the holding penalty. Third and long. Here's Willis, third and long. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there. That brings up fourth. McPherson's kick is good, and that will push the lead up to 5. So it's our first offensive points of the game so far, and it gives us a very rare scoreline. We don't see this one often, 5-0.
Yeah, it's been sort of a weird one to this point, hasn't it? But hey, in this league, you take points any way you can get them.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack. These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles, and that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance, they've got to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker.
Tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field. Following the interception, they're set up nicely here, already inside the red zone, knocking on the door, if you will. 1st and 10. Walker now on 1st and 10. Gets past one man. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Ken Walker, a 16-yard touchdown run. And the Eagles are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. You talk about certain guys just having a nose for the end zone. He's one of them, and he was not going to be denied there.
And defensively, especially in the red zone, you've got to be able to at least slow him down and hold on for dear life. But he's able to get out of a couple tackles there, and not enough people got there in time. Pretty poor on the defensive side of the ball.
Extra point through the snowflakes, up and good. And it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And the Vikings now heading on to the field. One semi-factor, if you want to call it that was brought up in the papers this morning here, Charles. You got a dome team on the road in a cold weather environment, first round of the playoffs in January. Do you think that's a big deal?
Ordinarily, I say no. But in this situation, because you're used to that perfectly controlled environment, some coaches will want their teams exposed to it. And if you're coming from a warm weather place and, even getting outside of your dome doesn't really help you, a lot of times they'll go on the road a little bit earlier. Go to a cold weather place, go to a place where there's a little bit of weather and practice there that week before the game to try and simulate the conditions they expect come game day.
The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down. On is Presley Harvin now as he'll send this one away. And now a high kick trying to pin him back. And here's a fair catch now, and boy, a very short punt will give them unbelievable field position. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Eagles will have great starting field position here as they take over. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Willis on 1st and 10. Throw out wide to Walker. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. From the 24, Willis repeated the last play, finding Walker. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8.
But they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting and said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball, possibly in the open field. And I think in the second.
And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. Terry McLaurin, a 16-yard touchdown. And the Eagles continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead. And partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
McPherson on for the point after. And that one makes this a 19-point game. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it's finished off by a Terry McLaurin touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And now out comes Minnesota. Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. Now a handoff to Chandler. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Here's Presley Harvin now. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Fair catch signaled for and taken, and that punt went nowhere. So possession goes over here on the punt. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. First and 10, Willis. And this is caught. It's Brown. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A.J. Brown, 32 yards. And the Eagles are able to add on to their first half lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And a rout is on here in this first half. The Eagle kick team out there now as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Vikings going to take over now late in this first half. And with a little under a minute remaining, they may try to put something together here just to try to cut into that deficit. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far at 2nd down. They're going to look to throw. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders. Not wanting to risk another sack, they'll play it safe with a run. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. The Vikings send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. And a fair catch called for and taken right on the midfield stripe. So, yeah, who has time for a halftime show with a trip to the Super Bowl on the line? Let's get back to it. The Hallis Trophy still hangs in the balance as the second half now underway in the NFC Championship game. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Eagles ready to go on offense to begin this third quarter. And they have made this look easy. I mean, there's not supposed to be anything easy about the NFL playoffs, but this lead, yes, they're at home, but this has been impressive.
And we hear all the time when upsets happen, teams go on the road, that maybe home field advantages and all it's cracked up to be. But you and I both know the reality is teams really fight hard to get it. Why? You don't ever have to change routine. Everything's familiar going into the game. It makes things easier, and that has paid off for them in a big way in this contest.
He continues to deliver a first down here. He had 4 catches in the first half, and this one number 5. On first down, Willis. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Willis with another keeper. And he'll get this out past the 45 to the 47. Willis. And Walker has it. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. No gain on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And this one will not work out. It is incomplete. They try the fake field goal. It doesn't work out. And the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position. It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And this kick will be touchdown as they spot it inside the 45-yard line. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. 16 yards right off the bat with a first down.
First play of the drive, a first down run. That sets you up for whichever way you want to go. Do you come right back and run the football again because you got them on their heels? Or do you play chess match with them, break tendency, and go play action and go for the big shot?
So they go from one 42-yard line to the other as they come up now 1st and 10. Option play, and they'll give to Walker. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41. 1 yard brings up 2nd and 9. Here's the option going left on 2nd down. And he gets it down to the 32. That one will go for 9 yards and a first down on the keeper.
In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the third quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the second half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you worry about the clock. It's throughout the game. And with a lead, stay in bounds. Make them fight harder to try and catch you.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. And only able to get 2 here, stopped at the 30. Give to Walker on the read option. And only able to muster a couple down to about the 27. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. To throw, here's Willis. And that one goes incomplete on the drop. That's one he definitely normally catches. 4th down.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. McPherson's kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So little by little, the better these two sides starting to become more and more apparent.
3 points is not a knockout blow in the 3rd quarter, but when the other guys haven't shown they can do anything, they don't have any points, this is looking pretty good. Maybe not a knockout blow, but a good stiff jab, that's for sure.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Minnesota now ready for their next possession. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here and maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here. 2nd and 8. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. Here's 2nd and 8. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. Only 3 there on the screen at 2nd down. When you think about this strong safety position, they're the more bulkier guys in the free safety, but that time great athleticism to hustle in and break up that play. They'll look to throw again. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete. He was looking for Chandler that time, and it's 3rd down. So 7 yards from the 1st down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. He couldn't get away there on 3rd down. The pressure too much, and he's sacked for a loss of 12. Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th, and that will force a turnover on downs. Option play, and they'll give to Walker. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. They'll be brought down at the 21 after a pickup of 4. The Eagles on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. They'll try for the first with Walker. And he gets this down to the 18. Good enough for a 1st down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. And Walker once more. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. From the gun, it's Walker. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 48 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. They'll try to run it in, going option right. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. The Eagles are going to the Super Bowl as we sign off here and say goodnight, everybody.